She leads a collaboration of Australian women coming together to inspire, educate, and help women build wealth. Today, I have the absolute pleasure of having Carolyn King to chat to us about how we collaborated and her chapter in She Leads. So, Carolyn, it is my absolute pleasure to have you beside me today and talk about your journey and, us collaborating on this journey as we, empower women over the next few months here in Australia. So let's get straight into it.
Thank you, Sam.
That's all right. Tell me a little bit about your journey and, what got you started into helping women.
Look, I think my journey's been all my life, I guess.
Yeah.
But at the end of 2012, I hit rock bottom and I took a handful of sleeping tablets. I was quite depressed and I didn't want to be here.
Yeah.
And that was despite having what appeared to be quite a good life on the outside. There was nothing that was seriously wrong, but my mindset was wrong.
Yeah.
And over the course of that next year, I went through a healing journey and I found out a lot about myself and I was able to turn that depression around and actually find real happiness within myself.
Yeah.
So after that, I thought, well, as a kinesiologist, I wanted to be able to help other people.
Yeah.
And I've now looked at how I healed myself and I use those tools as well as kinesiology to empower other women and find their happiness.
Perfect. So when we started talking about She Leads and, I mentioned the big picture of where I want to take She Leads in terms of a movement here in Australia, and you decided to come on board, tell me a little bit about what resonated around She Leads and also your chapter. Tell us more about that.
Well, I guess I've always wanted to help people.
Yeah.
And I think one of the best mediums is writing
Yeah.
and sharing stories. I think it's important. We all have a different story to tell.
Yeah.
And if we can help someone with our story and our wins, then that's fantastic. And that's what I really wanted to do.
Yeah.
And your book sounded like such a fantastic medium to be part of with these powerful women.
Yeah.
And my book called Blissfully Becoming Your Beautiful Self is a little bit about my journey.
Okay.
But then it's also some of the tips and some of the techniques I used
Okay.
to really challenge whoever's reading it, the woman reading it, to see how their life's going and how happy they really are.
Yeah.
And then some of the tips on how to get through those mindset changes.
Yeah, definitely. And when you submitted the manuscript to me, I really went through, I guess because I've worked with you and I have been coming to see you over the last few years, for myself, I know what that journey is like, that transformational journey that you can take individuals on. And those tips are really practical, that you can read the chapter and go, okay, this is something I can do. And then, now you're able to share this journey to a greater audience, and that's powerful. So in terms of the chapter and what it is that you deliver as a kinesiologist, how does it all come together in terms of, I know you're very passionate, from your heart of helping women really uncover happiness. And you've used the tools and the techniques of kinesiology to help them. So tell me a little bit more about, where you're headed over the next few months in terms of what you're doing. And
I've got lots going on. So
Yeah.
I have written another book called Empowered Happiness.
Yep.
I've also co-authored another book called Book of Inspiration by Women for Women, which
Yep.
just came out not long ago.
Yes.
I love writing.
Yes.
And there'll be another one later this year called 1,000 Ripples, which is more helping teenagers, children or kids that have come from homes that haven't been, I guess, the best homes,
Yep.
to give them inspiration to move forward. So I will continue writing.
Yep.
I do lots of presentations.
Yep.
I will be starting a workshop very soon.
Yep.
I run meditation classes.
perfect, yeah, because that ties in really well with really helping women.
Absolutely.
Take that time because, we are very busy. We are constantly, pushing through in terms of if we are a parent, if we are in a career environment, if we are in a business environment, we've got all these goals that we want to achieve, and it can be quite stressful at times, if that's the right word, because we have so much to achieve, so little time. And meditation is a great place to give yourself some time.
It is, and these meditation classes are a little bit different to your normal just relaxation type classes. They're what I've been doing since my rock bottom. It's one of the critical things that helped me find my happiness.
Yep.
And my meditation teacher's been fantastic and said, go out and do what I do. So I do it with my spin, but they're sort of meditations that go into your psyche. So they help you uncover what's going on a deeper level, so that you can see what's happening in life and what the dramas are teaching you in your own life.
Yep, perfect. So Again, as I said, it is an absolute pleasure to have you on board She Leads. In terms of what we're doing and the places that we are planning on taking She Leads this is just a starting point. So once again, thank you so much for being a part of She Leads. I look forward to seeing how it all unfolds over the coming months and the great impact that we are going to be creating together. So thank you so much for being a part of it.
Thank you so much for having me here today, Samantha.
That's all right. It was my pleasure.